Hi there, Sandra here from Create in Spain. Today I wanted to use Procreate to show you how you can adjust an image that you might want to cut out. And you can then either put it into Canvas for tracing or whatever software you use for tracing, or you can transfer it to Shortcut Slot. I wanted to show you the difference. How Canvas and Shortcut Slot deal with images is different, and I think it's useful that you should know it before you do anything like buy extra functions for Canvas. So I have a page which is an A4 page I've created at 300 dpi, that's dots per inch, and that is the standard I generally print at if I want to actually print a decent sized image. A smaller image, not so drastic, but if you want to print a reasonably large one, 300 dpi is really the minimum I want to go for. And into that I imported an image from Pixabay. Pixabay is a great source of free images. I am not promoting it because I get anything out of this. I just use it quite a lot. It's free, you can sign up to it, you can download as many images as you like, and there's a lot of nice images on there you can download and use. So I've got my image on my page, and if I tap on the layer, which is here, you can see I've only got one layer. All right, I've done nothing else to it. What I want to do is to be able to cut out around this coloured area here, which is quite pale, and I want to be able to put a cut line around that. So I do need to do something to this really to make it give me a good cut line. And what I want to do first of all is to get rid of this white background, because if I do that, that's going to be a real help. So here we have a masking tool. It looks like a piece of ribbon or an S, whichever you like to remember it by. And I'm going to tap on that, and down here my menu comes up, and you want automatic. Now when you have automatic selected, it will select pixels of the approximate colour that you tap on, and if you go from left to right with the pencil, you can see this blue line coming up. This gives you the threshold. So this is anything that is 19 or 20%, for example, close enough to that original colour, it'll pick it up. Now as it happens, I don't want anything other than the white, so if I tap on this, the white is all I get. So I'm going to select that, and then I can slide it out of the way, and the majority of what I don't want is now gone. Now if I've got any other bits and pieces I don't want, I've now got a transparent background. I can go to my eraser. Now the eraser will take on the characteristics of whatever brush you select. This is just a plain line. And so I can literally just go over these and rub them out. These little snowflakes. So get rid of those, I don't want them. Like so. Yep, that's the last one. Now, if you zoom in, you can see this is quite a ragged image, and it wouldn't really cut out very well. I could trace it, sure, but it would have an awful lot of nodes. It would take the machine a long time to cut it out, and it wouldn't cut a nice smooth line. Not what you want at all. So what I'm going to do is to use a brush, and again, I've got my trace brush. Tap on the layer panel, add another layer, and I'm going to put this layer, drag it underneath this layer here. So I'm not drawing on here, I am drawing on this layer. This is the slider for my brush size. Okay, now I'm going to make it a bit bigger than I probably would normally, just so you can see what I'm doing. So I'm going to go around the edges of this and just draw a line. It's really easy to do. I don't have to be really precise about it. There we go. But as you can see from this, it's so much smoother than the rest of it is. But it is following more or less the same shape. And if I need to, because, you know, you can do what you want to do, regards moving it around, just get your canvas to move. And do that. And this is why I love things being done on the iPad, because it is so maneuverable. It just is so easy to do this kind of thing. Now I want to actually make that one a bit thicker about there, I think. I'm just following the line of the original design until I get all the way around it. And so I don't have to follow it really precisely. I'm using white because the white is basically the colour that was underneath. And lo and behold, I've got this really good effect. Now if I open up the layers, you can see this layer here. If I tap on this, my design will be invisible. So that's what I've got. So now all I need to do is drag a colour into there, and I've got my background. And now I can put my picture back in, and there we are. Now, if I wanted to do it in this way, I could export that layer as a PNG, and it's a layer in its own right. I could then import it into whatever software I wanted to make it a cut line. Job done. But what I can also do is I can merge that layer with that layer and just have it as all one image. But first of all, I want to show you how you can change the density of the colour without any great amount of work and not alter the characteristics too much. So I'm going to work on the actual picture, coloured picture part of it. Swipe to the left, duplicate it. So I've got two of these layers. Now here we tap on the N, and this will give me lots of different colour options. And what I want to do is go to multiply. There we go. And you can see this is a lot darker in colour. If I switch this layer off and switch it back on. So if you need to apply more colour without applying more ink, then that is the way to do it. So you've now got a much stronger image, which may be what you want. I mean, for doing something like transferring to a t-shirt, yes, that may well be what you want. Whereas if you didn't have this layer on, it might look a bit washed out, depending on obviously the design in the first place. But I rather like this one. So now what I'm going to do is tap on the layer. I'm going to go to merge down, so we can see we've got that layer there. And then now I'm going to merge that one down, so there. So I no longer have the image with the solid white background all the way around it. And this is what I can use to do a really good trace. So all I'm going to do now is to tap on my wrench, and it says share, and then it gives you options of what file type you want to share it as, and I'm going to choose a PNG. I'm choosing PNG because PNG allows transporting the image to other software with that transparent background, and that is going to be really useful later on. So next up, I'm going to show you how this will trace in Canvas, and then I'm going to show you how it's going to be used in Shortcut Slot, and it will be the same image that I'm using as the one here. So I'm now in Canvas and I'm going to do a trace on that image. So image tracing is what I'm after. And it says find an image on my computer, so I'm going to do that. This is the image which is in my downloads folder, and I'm going to open it up. Here we go. Now, can I zoom into this? Yes, I can. or I should be able to. Okay, I need to click OK. I have got trace the outer edge only and paste the image on the drawing area because I obviously want to see the image as well, and click OK, and it's processing that. Now, if I zoom it, whoops, zoomed in slightly more than I expected, you can see that the edges here are not exactly around the edge of this coloured area, and I've got little islands in odd places. Let me just zoom back out again because I've done it quite that big. Okay, that's better. So you can see that it's not got this area here, it's not got this area here, it's missed a bit here, it's missed a bit here. And I did have a look at doing a colour trace, but basically I shouldn't really have to. And it has missed out the white line that I actually put onto it in Procreate. So as tracing goes, this is not brilliant as far as I'm concerned. And I do not have the advanced trace function for Canvas because I have shortcuts a lot. I have all sorts of other vector software on my iPad and on my laptop. I am not going to be paying for something which should be included in graphics software in the first place. Okay, so let's minimize this and let's open up shortcuts a lot. And now all I'm going to do is I'm going to go to SVG import, and I'm going to go to, I don't know why it's gone there, right, desktop, my downloads, pick the same image again and open it up. And it's going to take a little while to do it. I was going to think about it for a minute because it is quite a large image I've got there. And here we go. Now as I move it, you can see there is a cut line there already. I'm just going to ungroup this, and I am going to switch off being able to see the print. Okay, I'm going to select the cut line and I'm going to add a colour to it because there isn't one at the moment. And that's gone to black. There we go, we can see that. Now I'm going to select all of this and I'm going to break it apart because I do not want this line here. There we go, get rid of that. Now go to my layers again and switch on the print, and we can see that this has gone around the outside properly, and I didn't even trace it because it recognizes the edges of a PNG. It recognizes that there are no pixels that are colored in this area, but there are pixels there that are colored. Even if it is white, it will recognize the fact that it's a pixel, that it's got something there that isn't on a blank document. Now, if I zoom in, you can see, there we go. This is the area where there are islands when I imported it into Canvas. No islands at all. Okay, I'm going to go to view, back to fit to window. Right, now the other thing that is very, very good in shortcuts a lot is the line simplification. If I select my cut line and I go to path and simplify, it shows me what I've got. For some reason it's saying there are no nodes there, which obviously there are many more than there are on this side. But basically it's taken all the excess nodes out, and this is going to make it much easier for my cutting machine to cut it much faster, much more smoothly, because it doesn't go in, out, round here, up there, down there. It has simplified it. So I just click on OK, and then I have a nice simple line. Edit, select all, and group it. And now I can move this anywhere I like. It's all grouped together and it's fine. So now all I need to do is to put this to my cutting machine. Now, if I have a cutting machine which has a USB stick, I can export as an SVG and put it onto a USB stick. If I have Canvas Workspace, I can export it to Canvas Workspace or import it into Canvas Workspace as an SVG and do a print to cut. But the other thing that you can do, if I ungroup this for a moment, edit, select all, ungroup. If I go to my cut layer here and I go to the wrench, which is down below the color palette, this says it's a print and cut. What I can do is select print and cut, print only. And now if I go to preview, switch off cut lines, show the printable, this is all going to be a print. So if you don't have the print to cut card for your Brother Scan and Cut, this is going to print that line for you, and therefore you can send it to the scanner and it will recognize it and it will cut it out. Job done. You don't have to do a print and cut, and you can still get a really good cut line around here because you can make it a black line, which the scanner can see. The other advantage with Shortcut Slot is that you can print directly from the program. You just go to File and Print, and that's it, you print it. Whereas with Canvas, even if you have the print to cut card, you then have to save the file as a PDF and then you have to print it. You can't print it directly from inside Canvas itself. Very silly, and I don't know why they did it that way, but they did. If you wish, you can also do an interior offset of that line or an exterior offset of that line and give it another colour if that's what you like. You can play around with that to your heart's content. But this is now just going to be a printable. If I click on the show cut lines, there are no cut lines because I have made that a print line and not a cut line. So that is how it is dealt with in Shortcut Slot, and that is so much better than the Canvas trace. And I didn't even have to trace it, it's just automatic. If it comes with a transparent background, it knows the background is transparent. It just goes around the pixels that are there.